I'm going to assume that the foam grade of this slide, meaning like the actual material itself, is not going to be like the Yeezy Adidas slide. It looks very similar. I mean, it looks almost damn near identical. Okay. So I'm assuming it's going to be pretty close to the same. The straps, everything, it looks very similar. And here is the TPU backpack or dry bag. It's technically called the backpack, like we mentioned, but it's very similar to the dry bag. And as you can see, guys, this is a much more normal size backpack. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lambo, and we are back with another video. Guys, and today we're going to be taking a look at a couple items that I hope can maybe help kind of show up close what some of this new Yeezy stuff's going to look like. I'll explain all about it, guys. Make sure you smack that like button if you got anything out of this video. And if you want to see more videos like this and this video you found it helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it because we currently are climbing to 6,000 subscribers. And every single video that gets 150 likes, I'm doing a free giveaway on. So all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, drop a random comment down below, and just like the video. After 150 likes, I'm gonna pick a random comment and get in touch with you, and you're gonna win some free stuff. Also, guys, any comment you do drop, I do get back to each and every one of you. Now, I know a lot of people probably don't believe me, but you can go back through all my videos, guys. If you leave a comment, I will definitely get back to you. So drop a question, say something, whatever you want to say, I will definitely respond. So don't be shy, guys. Get down in the comments and let me know what's good. Also, guys, if you want to stay up to date with my day-to-day and some more daily content, make sure you're following me over on Instagram at LamboAndy. I also post a bunch of pieces that I have for sale over there, whether it's Yeezy Gap or whether it's Yeezy season stuff, random Yeezy era stuff, just whatever it could be. I post websites, discount codes, actual products. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram as well. All right, guys, let's hop into the video. So as you guys know, if you've seen my last video, we performed the ritual, and yes, we had to do it for the people. We brought the Yeezy website back to life. And with that, there was a lot of new pieces that was, loaded up there. And I want to spend the next couple videos kind of looking at a couple of those pieces, going in depth on them, taking a little bit closer look, maybe speculating some information about them, and also maybe looking at pieces that I currently have that are maybe similar to that, so we can get a better idea of maybe some sizing, some quality, stuff like that. Now today, we're actually going to be taking a look at the slides and the backpack, because both of these items, I have like the OG, Yeezy Adidas slides, and I have the Yeezy Gap TPU dry bag. So we're going to take a look at both of these items, kind of see what they look like up close, and hopefully that'll give you a better idea of what these are actually going to be when they release. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the slides first. Now, guys, if you've never owned a pair of Adidas Yeezy slides, they are probably the most comfortable slides, or I'll say one of the most comfortable slides that are out there. They're very comfortable. They come in a lot of different colors, and if you've never owned one, you're missing out. All right, I highly suggest you get a pair. Now, with Ye dropping these new slides and them looking exactly like the Yeezy Adidas slides, I'm assuming the mold is going to be very, very similar, because based on these pictures here, you can see they basically look exactly like the Yeezy Adidas slides. So I'm assuming the mold, as far as the shape, is going to be the same. Now, I want to talk about the actual grade of the foam that might be on these. Now, I'm going to speculate, and I'm just going out on a whim here, but I'm going to say that Yeezy, this new Yeezy drop, is not being produced and manufactured by Los Angeles Apparel. I'm assuming Ye has outsourced all his production and all his everything to somewhere in China. I think the manufacturing, the production, all this stuff is in China, just because the recent stuff in his concerts that he was selling all said made in China. And it was like just really thin, kind of cheaper material than what we see with Los Angeles Apparel. And the fact that, all of the nylon stuff that that was dropped his most recent drop back in December, all of that nylon stuff or whatever, that was all made in China. So I'm assuming he's found a new manufacturer and he's doing things in China. And I think that's why things are slightly more expensive, because this is some sort of new deal he's making, and he's not able to do it as cheap as he was with Los Angeles Apparel when he had it in really, really good with them. That's just what I'm thinking. So going back to the slides, I'm going to assume that the foam grade of this slide, meaning like the actual material itself, is not going to be like the Yeezy Adidas slides, because that foam was EVA foam and it was a really good level where once you wore those for like a week or so, you broke them in, those bitches were comfortable. All right. And I have one here just to show you. I have a bunch of pairs of them, but this is probably the least worn and least dirty pair. So I wanted to show you guys this. This is the salt colorway, I think. But this is exactly what the slides look like, okay? And this foam, I'm telling you, is super comfortable. And if you look at this shoe, I mean, the view of this is exactly like these pictures, okay? There's no different, all right? So I'm assuming the mold is going to be exactly like this, except you're not going to have the Adidas logo right here that you see here, right? Obviously, that's not going to be there. But because you can see in the pictures, it's not there. It's just smooth. But I'm assuming the grade of the foam is not going to be as good. All right. But if the mold is going to be the same as the Yeezy Adidas slides, then we all know you have to size up one size. Okay. I mean, you can go true to size on the slides, but I say they definitely fit more comfortable if you go up one size. Okay. And as far as the sizing on the footwear, I'm assuming it's US. Okay, I don't know. It does not say on the website that the sizing is US or UK. I don't know, because that would be different, but I'm assuming it's US because it would probably be like either European or it would be US. I don't think they would use UK sizing. You know, they would use like the European, like the 42, 43. They would use like those numbers as opposed to UK sizing, which is, I think, just one size up or one size down from the US. So it's like really similar. I highly doubt they're using UK sizing. So I'm assuming it's US sizing. I'm also assuming you need to go up one size on the slides. Okay. So that's just my thoughts. That's my views. Again, I don't think these are manufactured in the US. That's why it says the footwear can take, I think it's 13 weeks or something on there, 10 to 13 weeks, it says on the website. It says clothes should take 4 to 6 weeks to ship, but footwear can take like 10 to 13 weeks, I think it says. So the footwear is definitely being manufactured in China, I'm assuming, and I don't know if the foam's going to be the same. So those are my thoughts, but what do you guys think down below? Do you think it's going to be the same quality foam? Do you think you need to size up? Are you even going to go for these? I'm interested to know down below. But you guys know my thoughts. I think the quality is going to be a little shitty, but I think you need to size up one size. But sound off down below. Now, this last item we're going to talk about today, guys, is we're going to talk about the backpack. Now, we haven't seen Yeezy drop a backpack or a bag for quite some time, you know, since the Yeezy Gap time frame, when he had the TPU and the PVC dry bags, and then the crossbody bag and the snake bag and stuff. But, you know, obviously Yeezy season stuff, he has, you know, messenger bags, and there's been other crossbody bags and whatnot. But we don't really see a lot of, you know, bags being dropped. So this is definitely a nice, pleasant surprise. And for $40, if this bag is anything like the Yeezy Gap TPU dry bag, which we're about to look at here in just a second, it is definitely worth $40. Okay. Now, based on these pictures here, you can see it looks very similar to the dry bag. And if you haven't ever seen the dry bag, you're going to see it here in just a second. Okay. But the pictures, they do look very similar, like the handles, the straps, and the way that the, you know, the pull tabs here looks very similar. Okay. Looks very similar. So I'm assuming he's used a very similar pattern or a very similar, you know, recreation of this bag. We don't have any looks on the inside though. That is one thing that is missing. We don't have any looks on the storage on the inside, but that's what I'm going to show you guys today. So we're actually going to take a look at the storage, the inside, what it comes with, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here is the bag, guys, and I've done a full review of this bag. So if you want to actually watch a full review, be trying the bag on and putting stuff in it, go ahead and watch that video. I will link it right up here. I do a full review of this TPU dry bag, but we're just going to look at some features of it real quick just to give you guys a better idea if you're looking to buy it right now. So as you can see, me just holding it up, it looks very similar to those photos, right? You can see it looks very similar. The straps are the same. We have the buckles and like the, you know, it's very similar. You can see even like the type of material at the top. It looks very similar. I mean, it looks almost damn near identical. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to be pretty close to the same. You know, the straps, everything, it looks very similar. Okay, the one thing that is different, it doesn't have the Gap logo, obviously, because it's not a Gap bag. All right, there's not going to be the Gap logo here. It's just going to be all black. Okay, but this is TPU, which is waterproof material. It's very similar to the PVC bag. So if you have the bigger one, like the huge dry bag, which I also have, it's very similar. But I use this bag a lot, guys. Like when I go on weekend trips or day trips, or if I'm going just overnight somewhere, this bag is very useful for like a day trip or like a weekend or a couple days, you know, or even if I'm going hiking in the mountains or, you know, kayaking or something like that. This bag is very, very useful. Okay, now it's really tough to see the inside, so I'm actually going to show you guys some pictures of the inside because I actually took some pictures. Okay, and as you can see here, the inside is like this rough material. It's kind of like a canvasy material. All right, it's not the same TPU shiny material, waterproof material as it is on the outside. It's like the canvas reverse of that side. Okay, now as you can see, the actual storage, you have this pouch back here which is like a kind of padded, and you can put definitely a laptop, you can put, you know, your toiletries, or if you're going overnight, you know, you put your socks in there or whatever, you can put your, you know, toothbrush, all that good stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's definitely a pretty big pouch right there in the back. And then in the front, you have this netting right here, okay? And this netting, you can also put whatever in there. It's not like an actual, neither of these have a zip or a closure, but they do have, you know, it is storage. You can put phone charger, your phone, whatever in these netting, in this netting area or in that pouch. And then that's it as far as like space, okay? And then it's just a really deep, the bag is pretty deep. And as you can see right here, I don't have the exact measurements, but that's a good, I would say almost 2 feet long. I could actually measure it. Give me 1 second. Let me get a measuring tape and I'll let you guys know exactly how long it is.
1 hour later.
Okay, it is about 29 inches long. So like 2.5 feet. Like it's almost, so that's pretty decent length.
That's what she said.
All right, and it opens up very like tubey, like a cylinder almost, like circular, kind of like a square, like an oval. But it's a very nice bag. Okay, this is a very nice bag. For $40, guys, it's definitely worth it. I will say it's definitely worth it. I bought this one for $100, okay? And retail was more than that. So $40 is definitely a steal. Now, again, we are not sure if this is exactly how it's gonna look, okay? We're not sure if that bag is gonna have more space on the inside as far as like storage goes. We're not sure if it's gonna have zippers on pouches in there, or if it's gonna have nothing and it's just what you see is what you get from those two pictures, because there's no other pictures available. Okay, so I'm showing you this bag to give you an idea of what that bag might feature, but we do not have the actual bag to look at. Okay, so don't get confused. This is not the actual bag, but hopefully this gives you guys a better idea of what it looks like. In fact, I'll show a clip real quick, or some real quick footage of me wearing it, just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like on. This is from the other video that you guys can actually go check out, where I go in depth and I kind of show the bag a lot more. But as you can see, it's definitely a decent sized bag, and really good for overnight or like a weekend or even like a 2 or 3 day trip. This is definitely money. Even you can bring this along with like a suitcase full of other stuff. This is just a perfect little extra bag to carry like stuff in. Like, I really like it. So you guys can see how big it is right there. But let me know down below, guys. Are you going to go for this bag? Are you going to go for the slides? What item do you want me to look at next in the next video? Whatever item I hear or I see mentioned the most in the next video, we'll take a deep dive on that. And maybe hopefully I have another item that might be similar to that. And then we can look at it and kind of compare and contrast and see what it's going to look like. But let me know down below, guys. What do you think of these 2 items, and what items should I look at next? What items are you going for? Are you going for anything? Are you just going to wait it out? I'm very interested to know. For all you that stuck around, I greatly appreciate it. You guys are the real ones. I really, truly appreciate all the love, guys. Make sure you smack that like button around a little bit on the way out the door. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, guys. I'd love to have you around and along for the journey. But until next time, deuces.
Bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' snap, yeah, bitch, I'm gon' slap, yeah. Boys that wanna be me,